Hello, Spinner94 here, bringing you another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. And my question of the day is, what is your favourite Pokemon out of the 12 you can see here? My personal favourite is Raichu. I'm actually quite a fan of all the electric rodents, aka the Pikachu rip-offs. But that's just what people's opinions are, and I could say I quite like Raichu. Raichu's become one of my favourite Pokemon, surprisingly, in Wi-Fi battles, even though it's not that great. I just like using it. So anyway, he leads off with his Greninjas, I lead off with my Let's Play here, and Let's Play is going to evolve into this beast which is known as Mega Bayonet, and I'm just going to protect so I can get that Prankster ability up. So Prankster Will-O-Wisp of course works on Sableye, works quite well on Mega Bayonet, but with a great attack stat to back it up. So I'm not one to hang around to get hit by Dark Pulse by this thing, as I switch out into my guys. So in comes the Dark Pulse, and Lapras is going to eat that up. Guys does not care about these special attacks, you know, I can take them all day. So get hit in the face with a U-turn as I decided to switch out, knowing I'd want to switch. I went for the Thunderbolt here, got Thunderbolt to do some damage to quite a few members of his team, even though he's got the Grass type on, Ground type on this team. So switch out into my guys and I go into my ZZ Top, and my opponent makes a good predict here, and he predicts me going into a Torkoal here, and goes for the Earthquake, which causes a good chunk of damage on my Torkoal here. So after that, I'm going to get some lefties recovery. I'm going to be able to live one more hit with this Thunderbolt, and I need a bit of luck here. I'm going straight for the Lava Plume. For super effective damage, doesn't quite kill, but I get the burn. So I'm able to recover some more lefties. At this point, ZZ Top's kind of useless, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to protect this turn, so he can eat up his leftovers again, and this thing is going to go down to burn. So at least I got that one threat out of the way. I mean, Metagross is definitely not a Pokemon to be messed with, as well as the Metagross does go down. So he goes into his Greninja here, and I'm like, okay, I'm not particularly wanting to switch out on anything, so he goes for the Hydro Pump of all things, but he misses, so I go for the Yawn just to see what he do. So after that, I'm going to get some more lefties recovery. I predicted the U-turn here because he's going to switch out into something or another, and a U-turn's not going to do a thing to Torkoal, especially with not much attack investment in this Greninja. As he goes into his Tyranitar, and as I just go straight for the Lava Plume here, because I was wanting to burn something, maybe getting a little bit cocky in my stride, so I go straight for the Lava Plume. Didn't get the burn unfortunately, as I'm just going to get buffeted by the Sandstorm here, eat some more lefties recovery, and basically that's that. As I go for the Protect, see what I do, predicting an Earthquake. Of course he does go for the Earthquake, and I'm not really wanting to switch in anything at this point, because this person's made a good predict, so I'm thinking, okay, ZZ Top's unfortunately going to have to sacrifice herself, and down goes ZZ, but you know, ZZ Top lasted a lot longer than I thought she would, and just, you know, did an all-around good job in my opinion. So anyway, we'll go straight into the Go-Goat here as he goes for Thrashing. That does quite a lot of damage as I go for the Bulk Up. So at least thanks to that Bulk Up, I'm going to be able to live the next attack as he goes for Thrash again. And I'm just going to go straight for the Horn Leech here to try and kill this thing off. But unfortunately I don't, but I am able to recover a ton of my HP out of that. So luckily for me, the Sandstorm stops as he goes for Thrash again, bringing me down to dangerously low health, and he does go for the Confusion here as I'm going straight for the Milk Drink, which is a bit weird how a male Go-Go could do Milk Drink. I'm not going to look into that. So he gets confused and he does manage to hit himself on the face, so thankfully his Tyranitar's down, and I'm just going for another safe Milk Drink again, as I should have went for another Bulk Up. That would have lasted me a bit longer. So he goes into this Greninja here, and I'm like, okay, obvious Ice Beam is obvious. I could have switched into my Lapras, but Go-Goat's got some nice special defense anyway, and I thought, okay, I've got the Rock Slide on this as I get frozen, but luckily for me I do carry the Lumberry on it just in case crap like that happens. So I go for the Rock Slide here, kill off this Greninja, it gets a crit. I don't think the crit would have mattered. Greninja's quite a frail Pokemon, especially after I've got a Bulk Up. So he goes into the Aegislash here, and he goes to the Stance Change to try and finish me off with a Shadow Sneak. So he goes straight for that, but luckily for me I managed to live that, and I am able to get a Milk Drink off, so Go-Goat here putting in some serious work. So go for the Bulk Up again, try and live, but then I forgot, oh yeah, what does this thing carry? Sacred Sword, and Sacred Sword, for those of you who don't know, actually ignores any buff the opponent gets. So example there, I had 2+ in defense, but Sacred Sword just completely ignores that, so really bad play on my part. As here, this is where things got scary for me. So he goes for the King Shield here, as I just decide to go for the Thunderbolt. And of course with him being defensive mode, he can start setting up all over me. As I go for a Thunderbolt, and he starts setting up a Sword Dance. So this is not looking good for me, so I go for a Thunderbolt again, and luckily for me I get the Paralyze. I mean, I do have the Focus Sash on just in case stuff like this does happen, but as I say, he does carry the Shadow Sneak. So go for the Thunderbolt again, get another good chunk of damage as he goes for the Stance Change here, probably going for the Sacred Sword, but luckily for me he does get Paralyzed here. I should have predicted the King Shield here. I'm going back into his form. I could have set up a nasty plot, but I just wanted to keep hammering pressure on with the Thunderbolts. I didn't want to take any risks at this point. A +4 Aegislash is nothing to scoff at. So in comes this Garchomp as I go into the MVP, staying alive. Would have had my usual music on, but I am afraid of getting pulled for copyright. So this thing evolves into Mega Garchomp, which I do think the Bandit Scarf sets are better, and he goes for Dig, which is a strange move on this part. I mean, he's definitely got the Earthquake TM, but when, you know, maybe there's some strategy for this. I can't particularly think of any, but you know. So as I go for the Toxic, as I'm just wanting to whittle this thing down as much as possible, and of course we're going to play one of my favourite games in Pokemon, the Stall game, which is very hypocritical. Got a hate version Toxic Stall, Gliscor or Poison Heal, but I don't mind using it with staying alive. I suppose it's just the fact you can't status or Gliscor or anything like that makes it a bit annoying. But as I say, each to their own, and we've all got a little bit of hypocrite inside of us. So anyway, goes for the Dragon Claw again and kills me off with a critical hit, so that's not good for me at all. I was wanting to live that, I was wanting to try and recover this thing out. So anyway, I go into Choo Choo here, but I know I'm going to be able to outspeed cover the speed drop when it Mega Evolves, as I set up a nasty plot. And it goes for a Dragon Claw here, take me down to my Sash, but I'm like, okay, Garchomp I don't think gets any form of priority as far as I'm aware, or at least I don't see any. So I'll go with the Grass Knot. Garchomp looks heavy, so Grass Knot should do a good chunk of damage. So down goes this Garchomp, and my opponent's final Pokemon is of course this Salamence. As it goes for the Intimidate here, and of course I'm going to go for that +2 Thunderbolt for the neutral damage, and that goes a good chunk of damage as this thing goes for a Dragon Breath. So special Salamence here, but of course we're going to wrap up this game as I bring in Guys. Guys is pretty good at killing dragons, being the Ice type. I go for the Ice Shard, boom, takes down the Salamence, and that is the end of the game. So yeah, my new team had to put in a lot of work. I mean, my opponent's team was definitely nothing to be messed with. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the battle. I hope you consider subscribing, and of course, we'll have a nice day. Some of us have night shift tonight. Boo.